Excellent. Such fighting spirit shall provide us with rare sport later. But first...
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Collection COBRA Trooper. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be opening and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Collection COBRA Trooper. So we got a couple of these in hand. You can see we picked up two of them. We did this little stop by our semi-local comic store at Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland, and I managed to grab the last two they had left. So one of these is going to go to my buddy the sheriff over at Way I Got It Figured, and he'll have one to review as well. And can't leave my boy behind. You know, you got two left. You always got to, get one for the buddy who wasn't there with you. So, Mel, you got one coming. Anyways, so on the classic retro card, and you have kind of an upgraded look of the COBRA Trooper here with the nice explosion in the background. You can see the upgraded outfit he has on, as well as what they want to use as kind of their Dragunov looking weapon. We've seen that with Spirit, but I guess it'll suit for now until they, give us some new molds. In the bubble, there's a COBRA Trooper. Looks great. I like the blue. Really looks good. We got a few weapons up here. Helmet, knife, stand. Spin around to the back. COBRA Commander, Stalker, and the COBRA Trooper. The prior two you have seen. And we'll give you a shot of his file card. And you can pause it if you'd like to read it. So we're not going to waste any time, and we're going to go ahead and get right on into him. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, so the finale for our current retro collection, and we have the COBRA Trooper. So we're going to just go ahead and slice around that bubble so we can get him out. I always try to salvage the card. A little sloppy on this one, but it's okay. I plan on getting a few more from Hasbro Pulse, so I'm not stressing damaging the card too much. I just want to kind of keep it intact for the video so I can stand the card up and put it off to the side. Right, chomp. Inside the bubble, we have Crap. And there's the figure in the plastic dungeon. And his stand, which we'll go ahead and go over first. So you see all black glossy stand. You have the COBRA logo right here. Two pegs. Flip on the back. Just some embossed pieces from the stamp itself. Always a pleasure to get a stand. Now for the figure. Here he is. There's our knife, our helmet, our pistol, and extended chamber up here. Get the little SMG, and then your rifle. So I guess we can go ahead and start with the accessories. So we'll go ahead and bring our X-Acto back out. Got that tape and show off the little knife here. So pretty plain, silver blade, black handle, a few ridges in it, not much. Basic knife. Next, we will grab his pistol. All this is of course reused. And there you have, which kind of looks like a kind of classic 45 caliber. You have the extended chamber. It's got that peg in it that can plug into the barrel right here. Or you can put a blast effect in there. If not, plug this right back in. And there's a hole at the end of this for a blast effect. So you could have the extended pistol if you wanted it. Magazine does not come out. Now, probably the more classic of the weapons that they're coming with. We've seen these with Tomax and Zaymont, and it's pretty close to the little laser blaster that they had in Real American Hero. Kind of a sized down version, but it still looks good. You can see a hole at the end of the barrel. Removable magazine. Looks pretty good. I think it works, better than a larger upscaled version of it. I think this is actually fine, and they seem to do well with the other figure, so I'm happy with it. Coming over to the rifle. Like I said, probably as close as we're going to get to the Dragunov until they actually, you know, make one. I don't know why they haven't yet, but it'll do for now, I suppose. We've seen this with Spirit. You have the large scope at the top. There's your all-black rifle. It's got a little bit of brown down here on the stock and up here on the grip some. It's got a removable magazine. You got nice little trigger guard, a little bit of details on the grip itself. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. Pretty nice looking. Now the figure, we're gonna go ahead and take out his helmet. So also a reuse from the past Cobra Troopers and officers that we've gotten. Kind of a two-tone one here. You have the blue and then a little more of a purplish, you know, inside those pieces here. Looks nice. And now the figure. Now we go ahead and just pop him out of the plastic dungeon, and here he is. So getting a close-up look at him in hand, I like the blue much better. It's pretty vibrant, more of a darker blue, but it really pops on the figure. It looks good. You can see the purple accents inside on some of those ridge pieces of the suit. You know, the biceps here, the shoulders, along the chest, around the balaclava on the head, some on the sides, and I don't see too much down on his legs. There's a little on his forearms here underneath of these pads. It looks good. You can see he's got this more web gear oriented piece on instead of kind of a vest. He does come with this little arm piece that we saw with the Cobra Island Cobra Trooper. Black glossy gauntlets or forearm protectors. He's got right thigh drop leg holster, as well as a little spot for the extended barrel if you want to use that. A drop leg sheath on his left thigh. Black knee pads. Black boots along with the shin guards. I like how it's got the gray accents in the whip gear itself. Not 100% like the Real American Hero, where it was more of a white, you know, running all the way through them. But here you have it on the buckle, an extra knife that is not removable. It's built into the web gear. A couple of these clips up here, the grenade, and so on and so forth. So it looks good. You can get a close-up of his face. You see the eyes. I guess they're kind of a brown, almost a red color, which is kind of crazy. You got the black mask along it. Pretty awesome. Cobra sigil on the chest. So you've seen it 100 times before, and we're going to give you some articulation again on the Cobra Trooper. So we'll start with his head. That is on a ball joint, a hinged ball joint. So he's got some good range of motion. He can look down that far, up that far. Got some side to side. Can rotate a full 360. And he's got a little bit of that neck movement as well, which is very nice. So really nice range of motion on that head. Coming down to the shoulders, they are on butterfly joints and attached at hinges, so you can lift the arm up about that far. It can rotate a full 360. You got bicep rotation, double jointed, pinned elbows. I'll never learn. Coming down to the hand, you have that hinge peg. You can rotate the hand full 360. You can angle it in and out. If you look at the back of the hand itself, kind of on that little armored hand plate, you have a Cobra symbol. Same on both hands. If you were to pop the hand off, you could probably slide this off, but we're not going to bother. We're going to go ahead and leave it on. Looks slightly different than the ones we've seen before. You got black with the gray in it. And of course, his left hand, the hinge will allow it to move down and up. Now we'll come over, check out the torso, ab crunch that far forward, that far back, and tilt side to side a bit, waist swivel. Now down to the lower portion of the figure, you have drop legs at the hips. Legs can come forward that far, out that far, and back that far. He's got thigh swivel, double jointed pinned knees. He's got calf rotation at the bottom of the pants and top of the boot. And down at the ankle, he's got the hinge to allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, and side to side pivot. So there's your basic articulation for the COBRA Trooper. So let's set him down, check out his stability. Very nice. We'll go ahead and angle this in closer so we can get a better shot. We'll go ahead and gear him up, bring in his helmet, and we'll slap that onto his head, just like that. We'll go ahead and bring his stand out, and we'll plug them little pegs into the bottoms of his feet, here and here. We'll bring in his pistol, and I'm going to go ahead and separate that so we can put the extension in the front portion of the holster right here. And then we'll put the pistol in right there. This sticks out a little far. I'm not really fond of that, but it'll work. Come around to this side. We'll take his knife, slide that into the sheath. So like the retro figures, I want to go over real quick. He does have great articulation, but these holsters, you know, for the knife and the pistol are a bit tight and not really feeling them too much. Anyway, we'll give him the classic laser SMG. You can kind of have him do something like this if you wanted. You know, slide that magazine down into this hand so he could use two hands. Got a double grip on it. You know, kind of classic-y, but it is a smaller scale. Doesn't quite look right, but it'll work. I'll probably grab a couple of these guys. I'm not troop building, probably two, and that'll do it. But they look good. So I'll switch up the weapons. And then we'll go ahead and take this back out real quick, and we'll see how close we can get to the card art and see if we can knock that pose down. So we'll get that hand around the butt of the gun right there. Bring this one up. Stretch out those fingers. Get that around the upper portion of the rifle. Pop that back in. Something like that. Remove his feet from that stand so we can do something like this. And there you go. There's kind of some card art right there. Not perfect, but pretty close. Go ahead and straighten him back out. Get him back onto the stand. And we'll set him off to the back. And go ahead and bring a couple comparisons in to show you guys some side by side. First up, here he is with the classified Cobra Island COBRA Trooper. Quite a difference. You know, a little bit difference of a vest on there in the web gear. You can see that the bicep piece on his left arm is slightly different in colors as well. I mean, you have the red on there and only the one symbol at the bottom of it. You can also see that they gave him the more retro, just regular mask across his face and not the more modern upgraded one that's on this one. And here he is with the classified Fireteam Officer. A little closer to the look, not quite. You have, of course, different accessories on him. Still probably the same body mold itself. And yeah, it's not much to it, but a different paint job and different accessory pieces. So there you go. A couple of little comparisons, not too much. I wasn't going to break out everyone, but they all look the same. The bodies are just simple repaints. You have a couple different figures that have different parts, you know, as far as the boots go, maybe, you know, there's a few things here and there, but not too much difference. But this is our retro COBRA Trooper, and We'll probably add some more. But enough rambling. Let's go ahead and toss him up onto the turntable, and then we'll give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Alright, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Collection COBRA Trooper. Awesome. He's a great figure. Articulation is phenomenal. I think the best part is probably the neck. The head moves around great. A lot of the other figures did too, and they're pretty good. You can get him in some pretty good poses. I went ahead and just decided to go ahead and make him kind of look like the card art, and it's close. It's not entirely, 100%, but good enough for now. And I'm going to leave this figure like that, throw him up onto the shelf until I get, a second to go with him. But no rush for that. We got one, so we're good for now. Couple of complaints. I do not like the holsters. They seem just a little too tight to put them weapons into. They need to be just a tad looser, especially for that pistol extension. Even the knife had a little bit of trouble getting into the sheath. I don't know why. I haven't had them issues before, but except with nothing but COBRA Troopers, and I don't know why. So, I don't know, maybe it's something to think about in the future, Hasbro, but take a look into them a little bit. Give us some new weapons, though. I think they really need some new weapons, and I think half, at least more than half, of the collectors out there would agree. Pick him up. He's hitting stores. I don't think he's shipped yet from Amazon or Hasbro, but I'm not sure. You can check into them. I think I have a couple of these pre-ordered on Pulse. They don't ship until November 1st. We luckily got some of these early, and I know a few more collectors out there across the country have gotten them way earlier. So they're out there. Just, check out your specialty stores, comic shops. That's where we got these. They're out there. Just take a look. Overall, great figure. Definitely pick him up. If you're into troop building, he is definitely probably the one to get. He's closest to the real American hero that we've gotten so far. As apart from, the first COBRA Trooper that we got from Cobra Island, and followed up by the infantry, which just seems like a little less detail, even though it's the same figure and comes with less stuff. But that's that, and that's our review. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave a giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you know when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.